welcome back to this little talk video. Now, I know there's a lot of things going on around the world today and I cannot unfortunately change anything, so the only thing I can do is just keep as positive as I can and look on the bright side of things. At least today the sun is out and it's really nice. I mean, it's still cold and it's weird that it's like the beginning of April, but you know, we have to wear like sweaters. Also, shout out to mom, thank you for knitting my sweater. But I was thinking of kind of doing like a little plan your practice video because it is easy to get distracted. I mean, it is always easy to get distracted no matter what condition the world is in, but especially now since a lot of us are at home and we don't have necessarily projects to be incentivized by and to work towards. So how do you practice during this time? The one big thing I thought about was to actually get clear with the reason why you're practicing. I think I to get praise from everybody else, or am I practicing to get better for myself? Am I practicing because I like practicing? I think once you get honest with those things, it is easier to keep working while you live in a time of uncertainty. So once you do all of that, I will suggest of starting a practice journal. Now, this is like, I have been using a practice journal for way longer than before this ever happened. So basically, I like having a practice journal because sometimes when you have a lot of things to work on, a lot of things, if you're trying to just remember them, they get like lost in your head and you never really work on the things. And I also started a practice journal because sometimes I was feeling that I was like practicing but not really seeing the benefit of my practice. So I basically decided to start a journal. Now you can do this as well, and especially right now because there's not a lot of like concerts to perform. Okay, you have to keep your own training like up to par, so when we come on the other side of this, you can be the one that's just like, yeah, I'm ready, so whenever the concerts come, you can just perform. So first things first, to get the journal, of course, I have this little notebook. It's so old. I think I have gotten it from IKEA back in the day when they had stationery. I don't know if they still have stationery. Anyway, but that's not important. So what I have been doing is I have been basically starting with the day, or date I should say, and then I have been actually dividing my practice into a couple of categories. So I start with the tone, then technique, then etude or study, and then pieces or anything performance wise I might be working on, or audition repertoire, and then I end with a little section called comments. Now, pretty sure as like everybody else, just focuses on like, okay, this has to be done by this date, I have to perform this by this date. So sometimes my basics, like my warm-ups and everything else, goes down the drain. So now I have been using this time to basically get back to the basics, which I think, you know, you should as well, because a lot of things are slowing down and everybody is, you know, at home slowing down as well. I think is a good time to get back to basics. So this is why I have been thinking back through my old books, and I found these like study books and tone exercises and technique exercises, and I have been going through them like every day. I, for example, under tone, would just write which exercise I'm working on, tempo or dynamics or whatever else is required for that exercise. That's a big tip I would like to highlight. When you do have a practice journal, try to be as specific as possible. I mean, like, maybe not how long you have practiced that exercise for, that doesn't really matter, but the details, in the sense that this note is too flat or too sharp, you know, whatever, make it as detailed as you need it to be so you can improve the next day rather than just staying in this plateau. Now, the reason why I have also like a little section, like I said, called comments. The reason why it's not really necessary, but sometimes I just like to write. It's like, okay, maybe I was distracted during this day, or I did not get to this and this part of the piece or whatever, and to be sure to note that like I have to get through this part of the piece, this page of the piece needs to be learned and stuff like that. It's just a little, I don't know, just like a little keep me up to date on myself of what happened. Like maybe if I look over for the week and how I have done, it makes me feel sometimes better, and sometimes it makes me like rethink my exercise, or makes me rethink my practicing habits. So if I have been finding out, okay, maybe I'm practicing in the morning and I'm not so focused, can I switch it to the afternoon? Just like little details like that. So besides keeping a practice journal, I think it's also important to, if you're not sure about some things, or if you're feeling like, okay, I have been stuck this whole week and I don't know what to do, record yourself. I mean, we always hear this, and it's not only like an important thing for right now during these times, but recording yourself now also, because we're not able to work with our teachers that often, and surprisingly enough, you learn quite a lot when you record yourself, and you don't need such a fancy equipment. So just record yourself and learn more about your sound and your practicing and all the fingers. You hear so many little things, and you can write them in your journal. The big thing to take away from this, I think, is don't overdo it. A lot of us have a lot of free time. A lot of us, don't have anywhere to go. We're just at home. There's only so much that you can spend with your family. There's only so many games you can play online, or board games, or puzzles, or arts and crafts projects. So the important thing is don't overdo your practicing, because in the long run you kind of do have to do this for some time. I mean, of course, keeping it positive. Hopefully we all go back to normal sometime soon, and but if you want to keep your also mental sanity, just don't overdo it. Practice as you will practice normally. Keep a track in your journal and be like, okay, I didn't get to this piece today, maybe I will start with this piece tomorrow, and little things like that. So don't overdo it. You have to do it for the long run, and just keep in mind also, when we do come back, you also have to be like, okay, I'm ready, I have rested, I have worked on the little things, I want to present what I know, so now it's like the time to grab the chances. And if you want to keep yourself challenged, and get some positive feedback from people, I know there's a lot of challenges and like little projects happening online. There are so many online concerts if you want to participate in those. There's also a lot of like little challenges. Like, I am part of the Facebook group called Etude of the Week, where we practice and record and share an etude every week. People can leave comments, likes, can help you. If you can always ask questions, because other people maybe have a better trick for this thing. And just find a little thing. You can also start a lot of things on your own as well if you want to. So honestly, just keep your head up, think positive. I mean, as much as possible, of course. Take a break if you need to. There's nothing wrong with taking a break. Look on the bright side of things, and let's get on the other side of this thing prepared and stronger than ever, and with great basics and great technique, and let's own it, and just be amazing. So if you have any comments, please leave them down below, and if you would like to see more, please hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think. If you want to see any other videos especially as well, put them in the comments, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye.